Hey, what's up guys? It's NashCrafter and welcome back to another video here on my channel. Today we are going to be doing a spheres tutorial for you guys. This is something that I was really influenced or inspired to do because I recently built a hot air balloon on my channel and I had to use a sphere in that design. And I thought it would be really helpful to put a tutorial out there on how to build spheres. Now for that video, I did end up using World Edit to create the sphere as well as the spheres that you see behind me. I used World Edit to make them, but today we're going to break them down and I'm going to show you guys how to do it. And I hope it's an easy process. I hope this is a very convenient video for you guys to reference if you're ever in need of a tutorial on how to build spheres. Alright, so if you do have access to World Edit, it's pretty easy to make a sphere. All you have to do is type in //sphere, the block that you want to make the sphere out of, and then the number that you want the sphere to relate to. So, this first sphere over here is 3, so you would type in //sphere, quartz blocks, because that's what we're using in this video, and then the number 3. For this middle one, this is 5, and for this big one, it's 7. So 3, 5, and 7, and this middle sphere right here is the sphere that I used in my hot air balloon. So if you're interested in how I built that, I'm also going to be doing a tutorial video as my next video on that hot air balloon design. So a step-by-step tutorial for you guys, and this is the sphere that I used for it. So what we're going to want to do is come down here and just do a 3x3. So 1, 2, 3. And then come down, counting this block as 1, 2, 3, and then just fill that in. So you've got a 3x3 here. Then you're going to want to come on the outside perimeter and go all the way around. So just put down 3 blocks, come out by 1, and then go in and delete those just to keep things a little organized, a little bit cleaner. And then just go right around the perimeter. Next thing you're going to want to do is go up by 5. So as you can see, this goes over by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next thing you're going to want to do is go up by 5. So counting this as 1, go up 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're going to want to do that to every single side. And then just fill that in like so. Boom, bam. Pretty easy so far. They definitely get harder and harder as we go though, so I'm going to break them down to the best that I can for you guys, and I hope I make this tutorial pretty easy. So you just want to fill in each side, 5 by 5, and then don't forget to fill in the top here. Just like that. So you've got a big box on a little box, and then you want to take each side out by 1. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, directly in the middle of that big square that you just created, and then fill that in, and that will create the outer jet, I guess you could call it, the thing that sticks out on each side. And you just want to do that to each side. So locate the middle of the square, go 3 by 3, and then just fill that guy in like so. And then don't forget the top. So just like that. And you have got the sphere that has 3. So the next one we're going to do is this 5. The one that I did in my hot air balloon time-lapse video. So let's get started. This one's a little bit more complicated. The last one's pretty brutal, but this one's not too bad. Basically what you want to do is you want to start out by doing the same exact pattern as the one over there. You want to do a 3 by 3, and then fill that guy in. So you're placing 9 blocks down on the ground just like so. Then you're going to want to come out on each side and go out by 1 and place 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3. Come to the second side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oops. And 1, 2, 3. And then you want to make sure that you leave the corners with no block on them. Next thing you want to do is go up by 3 and out by 1. Delete those inner blocks just to keep it as clean as possible, and then go around the perimeter of what we just built, making sure you follow every curve So what you'll see here is you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on each side. Next thing you want to do is go up one more time by 5. So just fill in that 5 on top and then bring it out by 1 and delete those inner parts. Just like I said before, keep it clean. And then go around the rim one more time. Just like that. So as you can see, now we have 7. Now that's not what the example shows. So to fix that, you're going to want to go and take off the corners of each side. So 1, 2, delete like that. And do that to every single corner. Just delete those 2 bits. It will give you this nice curve upward. So you just want to do that to each side. And now you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across on every single side. Next thing you're going to want to do is we're going to start here from this block. Now let's go over to our example and count upward. I believe it's by 6. So counting this block as 1, you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And go using this as 1. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to want to fill that 5 by 6 area in. And you're going to want to do this to every single side. The next thing you're going to want to do is find the center of these panels. Now it's going to be a little bit tricky, but basically the easy way to do this is to come up from this very bottom edge here and just go up by 1 and add 3 blocks directly in the center, leaving 2 blocks on each side. Then you're going to want to do the same thing but flush with the top edge. So you're going to want to come down and go 3 out by 1. Same on these outer edges here. So as you can see, there's an edge. You're going to want to go down by 3. Same with this edge. Go down by 3. And as you can see, now that leaves you with a 3 by 3 on the inside, and you just want to fill that in. If you take a step back, that is going to be the side of your 5 sphere. So just like that, you can see from display to what we're building, that's what it looks like. So again, you're going to want to come up by 1 from the very bottom edge and come out by 3, go flush with the top, out by 3, and then flush with the sides, up by 3 and up by 3, or down by 3, whichever you prefer. And then fill that guy in. So I'm going to do that to every side and I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, so we've got every side completed here and we've jutted them out. So next thing you're going to want to do, you're going to want to come to the very edge of what we just added onto. And as you can see, there's this edge right here. You're going to leave that bottom block, come out by 1, and then go up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So coming over to the other side, you're going to want to mirror it on the other side. So coming right across, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it should create this column down the middle that shouldn't have any blocks there. Forgetting that bottom block, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just mirror it on the other side, and you should have that middle column there. This is what it looks like from the front. There should be nothing sticking out. It should look like a big box. So just from this part that sticks out, you want to come back onto this back rim and go by 5. So just a line of 5 right across, and you want to do that to every single side. Next thing to do is to come on the inside, and on these 2 blocks on the edges, just fill them in like so. Come on the outside and pop a block in right there. So you should have something that looks like this. Next thing you want to do is you're going to go up one more, but you're going to go back. So from these edges, you're just going to come across by 5. So starting where that block is, you're going to want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And do that on every single side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, 5. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and last but not least 5. Come on the inside and fill in each corner with one block. Is fill in these gaps here. So just go 1, 2, 3, come up by 1, and fill in 3 as well. Now I'm going to delete these just to keep it clean on the inside, and then you're just going to want to do that to each side. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. What you also could do is just come around the rim. So you could fill the rim in like this. That's also just another way to do it, or you could do it the starter way that I did. And then since this is the very top, you're just going to want to fill it in completely. And as you can see from the top, you should have a 3 by 3 with with a line of 3 on each side, just like how we started at the very beginning of this sphere. So that is it complete. That's what it looks like. And once you break it down, it's not too bad. I think it's pretty good, and as you can see, it matches up to the one back here. Alright guys, so last but not least, we are going to finish the last sphere we've got here. So this is the 7, and yeah, let's get started. So this is where it gets confusing. The last 2 were not so bad, but this one's a doozy. So you want to do a 3 by 3. Just like this, and then on each side go out by 1, like that. What you're going to want to do is go up by 1, and then you want to come out by 2, delete that back part. So you should have a 2 by 3 on each side. So come up by 1 and then out by 2, deleting that back part, up by 1, out by 2, so now as you can see up on the display we have there, it's a 5. So you want to come out by 5 instead of just the 3, and that should connect these edges together. It's just a little bit easier to start with 3 and then go around. You could just go out by 5 from the beginning, but I figured just go up by 3 on each side and then kind of add those parts on later. Next thing you want to do is fill in each gap on the edges. So you should have something like this so far. Next you're going to want to do is come up and out by 1. So on the edge of the 5, go up by 1 and then out by 1. And again, I'm just going to delete the inside layer there just as a personal preference. You don't have to, but I tend to get a little lost when I leave those things behind, so it just helps me out. So up by 1, out by 1, and over by 5. You're going to want to fill in these gaps here. So my best recommendation would be to place a block down and then fill in the gap, delete that, place a block down, fill in the gap, delete that. And we're going to do that to every side. Place a block down, delete, place a block down, fill in the gap, and delete. Alright, just like that, we got some lighting changes going on. You want to fill in each corner like this, and that will fill in the gap down there, but without filling it in to where it's sticking out the bottom. Alright, so this is what we've got so far, and this is what it should look like from the top. The next layer is where everything is going to start to get a little bit more complicated. So you want to do up by 1, out by 1, deleting that back layer like we've been doing, and I'm going to do that to each side just to make this a little bit simpler on us for the next part, because the next part is where it gets a little bit tricky. I hope I'm explaining this really good for you guys. I'm trying to just piece it apart and take it bit by bit. I know this might be a hard tutorial to follow if you're trying to do this in survival, but really once you get it, I think it's pretty easy to follow. It's pretty easy to remember as well, because it just goes in rings, but it does get a little challenging. So I hope you guys, I hope I'm explaining this well. That's all I'm trying to say. But okay, from this point on, we want to start going upward. So you've got your 5 down here below. If we go over to our display back here, this is the 5 we're working with. This is what we just built. So you want to go counting this side block as 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is where we're going to stop. So you want to do that to each side. You want to do a 5 by 9. So we've got our 5 here. Counting this block as 1, you want to go up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just like that. And then just fill that guy in. Fill that in. And if you guys do need to pause the video at any point, please feel free to do so. Like I said, I know this can get kind of confusing, especially this huge one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It can get a little confusing, and I want you guys to be able to count the blocks. That's why I used quartz, because I feel like it's a really, really good block to be able to visibly count the blocks. So as you guys can see, this is what we've got here. Now, from the display back here, it goes down by 2 and then up by 2, and you've got this thing that sticks out here. So that's what we're going to create now, just to give us reference points. So this is one thing that I learned is really helpful, is that those big things in the middle give you really good reference points. So 1, 2, you want to come up by 2, and on that third layer, go 3 in the middle. Then you want to go diagonal to that and go upward, up by 3, come across by 3, go down by 3, same as we did on the 5 over there. And as you can see, it will create that 3 by 3 that we've seen throughout a ton of this, and just fill that guy in. And it should look like this. So you've got the 2 from the top, the 2 from the bottom, and they should be flush with the sides here. So I'm going to go around each edge and do that to each side. So up by 2, over 3, up 3, side 3, up by 3, and then fill that guy in. We're going to fill in the sides that make this thing look a little bit more whole. So you're going to want to ignore the top and the bottom block and go up by 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you want to do that to every flush edge. So every edge that meets with this this part that sticks out. So just like this, you're going to want to ignore the bottom block, ignore the top block, go 1 up, and go up by 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now you can see that added 1 to the edge over there. Over on our display, we've got 2. So next thing you want to do is do the same thing, but with 5. Ignoring the bottom block, ignoring the top block, going up 1 and going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so it should look like that. Now you have 2 on every side. So you have the 2 on the top, the 2 on the bottom, 2 on the side, and 2 on the side. Perfect. So that's exactly what we want. So let's finish off the bottom part here. What we want to do is we want to do kind of a similar pattern to what we did earlier. We're going to place a block, fill in the gap, delete the block. So just like this, it should fill in that gap. So as you can see, there's kind of a gap here. We want to fill that gap in. So place a block, fill in the gap, delete. Place a block, fill in the gap, delete. And you want to do the same thing. So this should be a cross by 3. The next one should be a cross by 2. So place a block, fill in the gap, delete. Place a block, fill in the gap, delete. And as you can see, that connected with 2. So perfect. That's exactly what we want. So now we want to do that to each side. So let's go through like this. To each other. So no block, none of these blocks should be right next to each other like this in a line. They should be all diagonal. So it should create this really nice flowing effect. Is on each corner, these should be even. So we want to fill in this gap here that's going through the middle. So we want to place a block, fill in the gap, delete. Again, I'm sorry, saying that 100 times. I apologize. But you just want to make this go up by 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And those should be even. So this side, and the middle pillar should all be even. And we've got the bottom half complete. So everything is looking really good. We're almost done. I promise. We're almost done. Come back, go up one. I'm going to delete those just to make things a little bit cleaner. And do that to each edge. So for this one, you want to go out by 1. And up by 1 and delete. So you just want to repeat the same process that we just did. Next thing you want to do is you want to come back by 1 on each side. So as you can see, it's come back by 2, which is what you want. Next thing you want to do is you want to come back on these little middle parts, you want to come out by 3. So you just want to go around the top like this, coming out by 3, and then going up by 1 on each of those. Then you want to go and fill that in. So as you can see, this is the same pattern that we've been doing on every single side. So it's that same pattern just on the top, just like that. Now you guys can see that there are gaps here. What you want to do is just go and fill those in. No biggie, no problem here. Oop, not like that, not like that. You want to make sure they're down. You don't want to fill these edges in. So just like that. Next thing you want to do is just fill in each of these corners and you're complete. You basically just want to follow these edges like so. So it should look like that. So once you've put in that top one, don't forget to put a block here. It'll kind of finish out the top part. Put a block, fill in the gap, delete. And having that come over, it should just be all diagonals. And I think you guys you'll kind of understand once you place all these blocks down that they'll just line up diagonally. It should be 4, 3, 2, 1, creating a pyramid that goes backwards. So I'm going to do that one more time on this side. I'm going to place a block, fill in the gap, delete that block, and then just kind of come and fill in any gap that you see here. So there should be 4 there, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then do the same thing, making sure you delete any block that you place that's not supposed to be part of the diagonal. Creating L shapes, we're just going to come across the back. I'm going to delete those just so you guys can see the 4, 3. This will create the 2, 2, and then filling in that last one to make the 1. Alright guys, so this is what it looks like all finished. As you guys can see, I'm really sorry if this was a super long tutorial, but I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I really hope that it was helpful for you guys and that you could take reference to this. And also I recommend doing it as many times as you need, or doing it over and over again until you get it will really help. I took it piece by piece, and that's what I recommend doing if you ever get kind of stuck or kind of lost. I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching. This was my first tutorial, so I hope it went really smooth. I hope it went well. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys have any recommendations for videos, any tutorials you want me to do, or anything you would like to see in the future. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye guys!